Right, there was a change in the dugout, but the result remained the same as Borough slipped another defeat. Join us now, former midfielder George Boateng. George, good morning.
Good morning, Alan. Hi.
How are you, George?
I'm fine. You okay, both?
Yeah. Now, Manchester United flying at the moment. Josie went hurtling down the tunnel, and there was a bit of argy-bargy in the tunnel, George. Look, it's difficult for the Borough. They can't score goals, and United in great form.
Yeah, well, I saw that Jose left the bench a bit early before final kickoff, but I thought it's not quite nice to Agni as well. You know that Agni is his first game in charge. It would have been nice just to stay and shake his hands in the end. I know Jose kind of leave the pitch always a bit earlier, but on this occasion I thought it looked a bit odd. And sorry for Agnes, but maybe they still share the wine after in the manager's office.
Yeah, George, I mean, would you say that's a little bit disrespectful if you're a manager? Say you're a manager for Borough and the manager walks off and celebrates the first. Look, you're going to celebrate a goal, there's no doubt, but you still hang around and maybe shake someone's hand and say good luck, because they are in a relegation battle at the moment, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, also, Ray, it's not just only that. It's the fact that everybody knows that he was in charge for the first time. So then you don't walk off. It does come across disrespectful, but Jose probably will say, well, in the end, when we saw each other in the manager's room, we talked about it.
Yeah.
But that's not what the world sees. Do you understand? That's not what we see. So that's why he comes across as being disrespectful. I would have liked him to shake my hands on the pitch to say it's a gentleman's game. Congratulations, well done. Now we can have a drink inside and talk about it.
Yeah.
George, I just want to ask you about Middlesbrough because Steve Agnew now, Steve Gibson is a great chairman, we know that, and Karanka didn't look like he wanted to change, did he? Defensively very solid, but didn't create enough chances, and he didn't really have a plan B. So I think he had to make the move and try something different. I'm just hoping that now Steve Agnew now changes it and maybe gets another attacker up there and creates chances. I saw nothing in the second half. When they went 2-0 down, brilliant goal from Jesse Lingard. They did show a little bit of spirit after that, and they got back into the game, and they had a couple of chances to maybe get an equaliser.
Yeah, I think that it's not a bad move to go for Agnes because he knows the players better than even the manager. As you know, Ray, the assistant coaches have different relationships most of the time with the players. They talk a bit more in depth about their family and their personal lifestyle. So Agnes will be the one that understands the players. What I would say about the game is that I felt that in the second half when Justine came on and Traore, that's how they should have started the game. And Agnes should know that because at the Riverside, the fans want to see the players, the team have a go, especially when you play against the big teams. We've always done well against the big teams, not by playing defensively. Always when we play attacking football, we end up winning. It costs a lot of hard work, and if you see the way they finished the match, especially when they got the goal back, that's how they should have started and played the game. In the end, you run out of steam, but then you see the game out. The other way around is difficult. You can't start defensively, then ending, conceding goals. Then you have to give space away, try and fight. Then you get sucker punched. That's exactly what happened yesterday.
George, game in hand over Hull and Swansea, Middlesbrough. Two big games coming up. Both away, though. Swansea away, Hull away. They need at least, I think, 4 points. They've got to win one and draw one here.
Yeah, minimum. What Karanka did away from home, which was very good, not because everybody seems to see only the bad side when the manager gets sacked, is that he likes to play with those three defensive midfielders, Lidbetter, from Duron, or for sure, or Clayton. Now, away from home against these teams, as in Swansea, that will help the team to get a result. I always said that in the midfield, they have to be a creative midfielder. Most of the time, well, Ray, it's funny, it's so ironic we're talking about this, but Ray was the one, I was a defensive midfielder, and Ray was the one who was making the runs to support the forwards. Then we had always someone like Zender to be a creative passer in midfield. And that blend needs to be more better in the midfield of Middlesbrough to get the right balance. When Agnes can get that balance right, I'm sure they'll get a result against those two teams.
George, nice one. Great to talk
Cheers,
again.
George.
Thank you, George Boat.